With qualifying finished, it's time to remind ourselves once again of our top three: Russell, Daniel, and Lando Norris. Goodbye for now then, but really we're just getting started. Make sure to join us again for Lights Out tomorrow. A proper road race, and in the true meaning of the word. That's how Mr. Monaco, the late great Graham Hill, once described this iconic event. The cars we drive have come a long way in the intervening half-century, but still we race on those same public roads beside the Mediterranean. There's no victory more coveted than that of the Monaco Grand Prix. The astonishing Circuit de Monaco is, for all intents and purposes, virtually unchanged since its inaugural race back in 1929. The faster cars of today ensure the 19 corners past the casino and along the seafront remain as thrilling as ever. A 2.1-mile lap here takes us around an entire country, yet never more than inches from the race-ending barriers. It's time to take a look at our starting grid for today's race. What a qualifying yesterday for George Russell. He'll start today's race from pole position. And Daniel completes the front row. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Norris, Tsunoda, Ricciardo, Leclerc, Yuri Vips, Iwasa, Doohan, Albon, Liam Lawson, Stroll, Novalak, Ocon, Richard Verschoor, Williams, Vesti, Sargent, Oscar Piastri, and Kevin Magnussen fills the last spot on the grid. It's almost time for the lights to go out, so let's head down to the track where preparations are underway. Anthony Davidson joins me once again in the commentary box. Ant, it's fantastic to have you with us here, but I'm curious, as a man with experience out on the track, how do you stop those pre-race nerves from becoming overwhelming when you're lining up on the grid?
Well, I imagine they'll be starting to feel the adrenaline as they anticipate the run down into turn one, a bit like preparing to go into battle. The unknown situation will bring nerves, but that's a good thing. It will keep them focused on the moment and on their surroundings as we build towards the start of the Grand Prix.
The formation lap gets underway then, and it's going to be interesting today to see how the dry conditions could affect the lifespan of the tyres. As the cars come back towards the grid to line up for the start of the race, each driver will be wanting to get the best start they possibly can, and they'll be hoping to finish today's race on the podium, failing that, within the points.
Have added tremendous character and challenge to the course. The legendary Brazilian champion, F123, has won Grand Prix.
Okay mate, we might need to look at a new race strategy after that. I've got some options for you, so go and check your MFD. Copy. I'm afraid. Are you all right? Engine off, engine off.
The legendary Brazilian champion, Senna, has won the Grand Prix here at Monaco on 6 occasions over a 7-year period.
So Mercedes have won it, and what a great race it was. Anthony Davidson, how do you think they were able to set themselves apart today?
I feel like consistency was probably the key today. There's being quick, and then there's being quick lap after lap after lap. If you can do that, you can capitalise on other people's errors without making many of your own. And that's an approach that can push you a long way up the field.
And I can see the drivers starting to approach the podium for the victory celebrations. A real team victory today. Everybody played their part. Congratulations then to Mercedes, your race winners. This result then narrows the gap between our championship leader and the rest of the standings. So let's see what effect this result has had on the drivers' standings. Well, after an incredible day of racing, who was your driver of the day, Ant?
I think for driver of the day, I'd probably pick Lando Norris. He lived up to every inch of his reputation today, and I think he'll be going home, quite rightly, a bit proud of himself.
It's time to check out the constructors' standings. No change in the top spot then, but with today's points, their hold on that lead is getting weaker. It was also a strong Grand Prix from Haas F1 this weekend. Fantastic work from the American team to move themselves further up the table. It's been an absolutely wild weekend of Formula One action, and I can't wait to see what's next.
First position, front of the pack. And just behind us are Russell, Norris and Tsunoda. Currently the fastest lap is a 1 minute 04.8. We don't have the data for that, I'm afraid.
We're all ready for tomorrow's race, but before we begin, let's have a quick look at those who'll be fronting the grid. Daniel, Russell and Lando Norris. Goodbye for now then, but really we're just getting started. Make sure to join us again for Lights Out tomorrow. Good afternoon and welcome to Spielberg and to a circuit that in one form or another has held every Austrian Grand Prix in the championship except the very first back in 1964. It was at this race that John Watson lost a bet and his beard when he took Team Penske's only F1 victory in 1976. If anything, the stakes are even higher today, with 25 points available for victory and a crucial advantage in the championship fight. The Spielberg circuit then is situated 700 metres above sea level, with just 10 corners making up one of the shortest laps of the season. One time around here is a distance of around 2.6 miles, with the best overtaking chances into turn 1 or the tight uphill of turn 3. Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting race. What a qualifying yesterday for George Russell. He'll start today's race from pole position. And Lando Norris lines up alongside. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Oscar Piastri, Daniel, Leclerc, Tsunoda, Iwasa, Ricciardo, Yuri Vips, Ocon, Novalak, Doohan, Albon, Stroll, Vesti, Liam Lawson, Williams, Sargent, Magnussen and Richard Verschoor. That's it then, it's time to go racing as we head down trackside for today's race. Here we go then, the formation lap is underway and the track temperature looks warm, and that may or may not play into some of the team's hands in today's race. So as all the cars reform the grids, the drivers will be hoping to get a strong start. They'll want to earn some valuable points from today's race, with final communications being done with their race engineers, ensuring the planned strategies are all in place.
That's a decent start. Good job. Okay, DRS will be enabled this lap. You can use it when you're within 1 second of the car ahead and in the DRS zone. Good job, that was the fastest lap of the race so far. Okay, start actively conserving fuel please, or we won't be finishing today. You need to be lifting off the throttle as you approach a corner. Let the drag slow you down a bit before you start active braking. Okay, clear. Safety car. No overtaking, reduce your pace. Keep your delta number positive as we form up. Okay, slow down. Your delta's negative, which means you're going too fast. Reduce your pace. Okay, let's get ready to go racing again. The safety car is in this lap. When the field accelerates, remember there's no overtaking until the timing line. Safety car in this lap. Green flag. If you think you can get past, make use of the overtake button and see what you can do. Oscar is into the pit lane. Oscar in the pits. Okay, stay clear of the white line on the exit. We'll receive a penalty for dangerous driving if you cross onto the track.
Since the return of the Austrian GP in 2014, Mercedes has dominated the air, frequent podium appearances, points with Leclerc and Hamilton.
Safety car in this lap. Safety car in this lap. Let's make sure those tyres are up to temperature, and remember there's no overtaking until the timing line. Stay in position until the green flags. Green flag. got a lot of spare energy, okay to use your overtake button. DRS is unavailable. The rear wing is down, so you can stay out while we work on a fix. DRS has been enabled. DRS is now enabled. The car behind started to drop back. There's a gap beginning to form. Let's make the most of it. Let's use overtake and burn off some of this energy. Okay, that's us with 5 laps of fuel remaining, 5 laps of fuel left. Okay mate, this is the final lap of the race, final lap. Yes, great drive, great drive. Everyone here is really happy with that performance. Well done, mate.
Smiling faces on the pit wall then after that superb win here in Spielberg, and rightly so. A brilliant effort from the whole team. Tell me, Ant, how do you think they were able to deliver such an incredible result today?
I really feel the track layout combined with the track temperatures we saw today suited their car. These cars come alive when the tyres are just at the right temperature, and the driver did a great job managing that as well. They just look so comfortable out there. It's like anything, it always looks so easy when it all just clicks.
Here come our winners now, a thrilling race and a tremendous effort by Ferrari. Their history is well known, so it's no surprise to fans the world over to see them come out on top once again. So then, it's time to see how this result affects the Drivers' Championship. So, Anthony Davidson, who would you rank as your driver of the day?
Oscar Piastri gets my vote today.
It's time to see how things are shaping up in the Constructors' Championship. Meanwhile, Ferrari have improved their position. A strong weekend for them as they fight their way towards the top. After an event like that, who knows what the sport has in store for us next time out? Be sure to join us once again as we continue to bring you all the excitement of Formula One.
The contract renewal window has opened. We can try and renegotiate for a better deal with our current team, or approach someone else. Great. They're happy to enter into negotiations with us.